presents Could Be You TV.
I just want to say I support that.
Thank
Keep
you.
hustling, keep working, keep doing what you're doing. I support that in any way, shape, or form. You know,
Well, I'm the Naked Cowboy. It could be you, TV. I'm the Naked Cowboy. Look at my boobies.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Or hers.
Hey guys, welcome to Could Be You TV Tuesday night. We got our queen back in the house, Linda Lynn. Linda was away and looking beautiful and tan and
Can you tell?
and glowing. So jealous for you.
Yes, well,
Jealous about that.
it's definitely nice to be back. Thank you, everyone, for joining us
Yes.
tonight. I'm not as peppy as usual. I
Aw.
have a slight.
But I am.
I have a
That's
slight.
okay.
I have a slight headache, and I'm just trying to get through it. So that's why I'm not like wee. But I'm
Calm
here.
down.
I'm here. I had to be here. I miss you guys.
We
I
missed
miss,
you.
yeah, and and we want to shout out Loretta. Loretta had a gig tonight, so she's doing something that she couldn't be here. So I said I can't not go to my show and not do it. So here I am.
Yeah, we're like a little family here, you know. I mean, we always like to work together, but when we're not able to, some of us, sometimes have things going on or we're
Yeah.
away, and we pull through for each other. So
Well, as you can see, I did get a little bit of a tan, and
a little bit.
very rare. It's a very rare sighting that I'm out with minimal makeup on. Like I really have like really little makeup on because I am peeling. And
Feeling. But look how beautiful, how gorgeous. You've got that Latina skin and blood, and it's like,
Yeah,
you're like a
well,
vampire, like J-Lo.
Yes.
I always say that.
And I definitely feel like a vampire when my sleep patterns are like going to sleep at 3 in the morning, and but yeah, so it's gonna be a calm night, but I love all the viewers. I love everyone. If anybody have any questions or would like to make a comment or would just like to chit chat,
Yes, please help yourselves, enjoy.
the
join
number is
in.
516-945-9099, and we will definitely
516.
we have to memorize that.
9099.
like an infomercial.
Yeah.
We're
Remember
gonna
that show? Remember that commercial? I'll never forget it. It was like a cable commercial, and it would tell you 877-393-4448.
There's a lot of them.
And they had so many different kinds, but they'd always have these girls singing, like chanting that number.
Yes.
So I always remembered the number, and they're probably not even in business anymore, but
I think it was a while back.
yeah,
but,
don't call the number. They're probably not there.
But anyway, so how was your weekend before I get into my weekend?
Mine was pretty chill. I did a little family stuff. I took a trip to Jersey, and I worked on a little bit of stuff here at home. I didn't really do much. I kind of kept it more low key. I went out and enjoyed a nice glass of wine with my friends.
Ooh la la.
But yeah, I'm kind of like, it's different when you live like a single life and when you live like, you're not really looking to go out and party as much. Not that you can't go out and enjoy yourself, but I miss my man, so
Oh my
I'm not
God,
really
I
trying
can't
to go
really
out and
believe
be
you're
out.
even saying that on air.
I am,
like,
well,
oh well,
I miss him
Christy's
so-
off the market now.
That's right.
For y'all that were,
And yeah, I want to go to
inquiring.
bed earlier. I want to go to bed earlier at night so that like the sooner I see him, like the days go by a little bit faster.
Look at that.
I know.
Oh,
It's,
to be-
I know I'm cheesy.
No,
Oh, well.
it's beautiful. About time.
It's
I'm glad
cute.
to see you
I'm
happy.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
So whatever. But no, I like to spend time with my friends and do things, work on music, sing. Whenever I get a chance to sing, I'll take the opportunity. And other than that, how about you? How was your weekend? Tell me what you have going on. You just got back from vacay.
I did, and we're definitely gonna talk about the vacay in a little while later. I have a
Yes.
little, video clip to show of my highlights. But we'll show that in a minute. But when I got back, we had an amazing event on Saturday. Loretta as well covered the event. It was a beautiful cultural event. And I have to give a special shout out to the organizers. I don't have a picture of it to show, but I got awarded, or we got awarded, with a special recognition award for our services
awesome.
and all that, and I was very surprised because you know me, like I do things and I just do it out of my heart. I don't expect anything, and and I knew coming back, I was like, oh my God, I can't forget that I have to cover this event that I already said I would, and it was beautiful. It was so nice, and also a special shout out I have to give to Sam, my girl Sam Law.
Hey, Sam.
Yes, and you're probably wondering, so I am wearing.
Yes, please show this beautiful attire that.
Yes, well, this is actually was gifted by her, very surprisingly too, and I could kick her butt because I have seen this. This is actually from her auntie who has a line, Cultural Trees, and I've covered a couple of events, fashion shows, and I've seen this, and see, it's a long coat, and I always liked it because you know me, I
It's
like.
really comfy.
You know me, I
Like better than a Snuggie, actually. Snuggies to me don't look that comfortable. This actually looks like, I like that I could like unwrap and wrap something when I feel the need
you know
to
what
take
it is
on
with
or
me? Hey,
off. And a hoodie.
I like different. I like to stand out. I love anything that's wild, anything that's I'm colorful, like anything that strikes me. And this did, and a couple of fashion shows into it, it's like I always wanted, and I just like casually mentioned it to to Sam, and at the end of the day, she comes and she gifted me. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I always wanted to give you something for all the things that you've done. And I was like, stop it.
I love it.
Stop it. So,
Well, if you ever want to gift me, I'll take one in pink. I'm kidding.
but also, in one of the fashion shows that her auntie did, we had invited guest Shiggy. Shiggy, the Shiggy show. Yeah, we have a picture of that where she's actually modeling a similar coat like this. So, do we have one of those pictures to show? It's a. I think this is the right photo. Yes, there we go. See?
Wow,
So shout out to. So he had something similar on as well. It was, a beautiful night. There goes Sam, my girl, and G. What's up, G?
It's like the Mad Hatter.
Yeah. So I thought it was really cool, and so we're over here matching.
Love it. No, it looks great. Listen, it's very inspiring. It's different. It's artistic and cultural, and it's beautiful. I mean, I'm so tired. Like last week we did on the show, we did a game with Rudy. Shout out to Rudy because Rudy was here last week.
Hi, Rudy.
hosting
Yes,
us.
thank you so much for filling in. And yeah, I was a little scared, because I was like, wow, he's so good that what if he actually does take, he mentioned
Takes
it. He
your
kind of
spot.
threatened me a little bit, when he said that. So I kind of like,
No, he can
wow,
never take your spot.
that's why I said I have to
Never.
be here because, I felt a little bit intimidated. But
No.
Thank you, Rudy.
But yeah, we did a game with him, and one of the parts of the game was is it hot or not? One thing was like labels, and one thing I have to say about this attire and this kind of like the robes and fashion
Right.
is that it's different. Because for me, like I hate the name brand stuff. I mean, name brand here and there is okay. Like I don't mind it, but when people go like are all decked out that they feel like they can't not have something on that has name brand or something that's worth thousands of dollars. Like I like more earthy and
Right.
different, like more original. So for me, this is awesome. I love it. It looks comfortable. I would like.
Oh,
one
it
myself.
is. This is why I said I just.
Although it's getting a little warm out in New York.
But
for this,
but today was perfect. Did you see
Yeah, it
the
was
transition
breezy.
from
It was
yesterday
really breezy.
until today? So I was like, oh, this is perfect. Perfect timing. So
Exactly.
shout out to everyone and the organization, the organizers, Black on. I kind of like forgot the name of the but I'll definitely mention it next week. And for receiving that award, we'll be having her and her discuss her brand. But very quickly. What's up with that shark?
Yeah.
What the heck? Like, that's
a little
really freaked me
scary.
out now.
A little
because
scary.
everybody's like, oh, no, there's no sharks. There's no sharks. They show... there's proof right there on the TV.
So we've had sharks in our waters around Long Island, in the ocean, and listen, you got to go out a little bit further. People have seen them, dolphins. I mean, it's not unnatural to have wildlife in our waters, especially when it gets warm. But they found the shark swimming around in the Sound.
Yes,
You know, now
off
the
of Connecticut,
sound is-
somewhere in Connecticut.
now
Somewhere
the
off
s-
of Connecticut.
Yeah, the sound is not that far from where we like to hang out on the boat and drink
Well,
and party.
that's exactly.
And fish, and people go tubing and
Wait, you know when they say, oh, no, there's no sharks. You all stop it. They don't come out this far.
no.
It's going to be like, we're going to be like in the statistic, oh, wow, we never knew. Wow, that's our first. Like, I'm going to be the first chomp.
You're gonna be the first chomp.
I'm gonna be the first
Just
chomp.
you don't go. Listen, you're not one to like swim in the
I'm not.
in the wild waters.
Oh, you
of
know,
Long
we do
Island.
go jet skiing and stuff. What if
Yeah.
it starts chasing you?
Listen, you'll be
What
fine.
if it starts
You're
chasing
fine.
me and it wants to grab my leg?
You're gonna be fine. We'll be fine,
And bite me.
I'll save you. I'll save you. Okay.
Okay.
I'll attack the shark for you. And I just want to give a shout out to my hairdresser because I just got my hair did.
Yes, it looks
my
beautiful.
girl Jess at House of Hair in Woodbury. So if you want some good color, great prices, and I would say friendly girls. No, I'm just kidding, but no, they're awesome. So check them out. And listen, we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna go to commercial, but when we come back, what we got, girl? We got Spill the Tea.
Me llaman Dan Pablo y hace más de 20 años me enamoré de una colombiana. Viajé a su país y conocí un estilo de café muy distinto, muy especial. Ahora tostamos cafés excelentes, con alturas y microclimas diferentes, resultado en una taza muy compleja y muy rica, un sabor nuevo en el mundo. Fue un éxito. And I even got to keep the girl.
Spill the tea, darling.
Welcome back, you guys. We are unfortunately without our diva.
No, only see?
La, la. I'll try to do what I can for Loretta, but
Well, that was
Loretta.
good. That was good. Well, there's only one Loretta, so
Yes,
only
Loretta.
she can. Yeah.
I'm not going to even try to outshine Loretta on that, but Loretta is our girl. She always comes prepared with the tea for our segment Spill the Tea, but today we are going to spill the tea without the tea. So just
We'll
gonna
do the water.
Spill
We're
the
just gonna
H2O.
spill it, yeah.
We're going to spill the beans or whatever you want to call it. So what we want to get into first for Spill the Tea is what everybody's been talking about, which I personally don't know much about. So we're gonna go to our girl here. Game of Thrones. Now
Oh, my
everybody seems
Lord.
to be up in arms and pissed off about the ending. Now tell me about this. Is this the finale? Like, is this the last episode they're ever gonna air?
That's it. That's
this
it.
Is the end.
It's over. I mean, I believe
For
it
people
was
like me that don't watch.
Yeah. Well.
Tell me.
Explain
to
I
me.
think it was like on air like for 11 years or something like
11
that.
years, yeah.
So
I just never had the time to catch up.
and so every episode obviously is very intense. Very. Why do you think it has such a following and all that? But I think everybody had their. I think everybody's sad to see that it was the last. Nobody ever thought that. I mean, you knew it was coming to an end somehow, but not now. So people already had their. The scenarios in the head of how it should end.
How it should end. But everybody, in any TV
And
show,
of course,
movie,
but
everybody has an idea what they want.
I do have to agree. It wasn't one of the best endings as we had expected.
Now, don't do any spoilers, but
I'm not doing any spoil. I mean, listen, the spoilers have been spoiled already. There's nothing that I can spoil. But it was definitely not what we expected. It could have. The funny thing is that everybody was. A lot of people were. I mean, thousands were petitioning. That they need to redo this.
That they need to redo
I
the
find
whole
that
last
so funny.
season.
I'm like, oh my God, it's just a show.
It is, but I heard a lot of the actors and actresses and writers and stuff that played, in the movie or in the TV show that were part of the show are actually pretty irritated with fans for thinking that, that they worked so hard. Like, there were times where they had come out in interviews and they talked about how they thought that they were going to die, that they were, like, exhausted, that they put a lot of work into it. So I can understand from their perspective, like, you work so hard on something and then people not being happy with it in the end. I mean, if you could have changed something, would you have? Or would you just let it been like, all right, it is what it is, and that's how it is?
I would have definitely changed it. I would have done this and that to make it more like, oh my God, yes, and it ended and you cried, but it wasn't like that. It was more like anger and that was terrible, and it was negative.
A lot of angry
instead of
posts.
but it's like it's sad also for the network for the cable HBO now. A lot of people
Discontinuing.
They're canceling their subscription and all that because it's like they don't feel like they need because HBO had, I think that was one of the shows that was just long running where you anticipated for the next show and you waited for, now with the Netflix and with all the shows, you can just watch it not having to pay.
Yeah. It's so true. I mean, you do have to pay for Netflix unless you're somebody that borrows.
Right, but you can watch you can watch it right there the whole
Right.
season in one
sitting. Right, you don't have to
Whereas
wait.
Game of Thrones, I think it was more like you had to wait for the next,
But
week
it's
to,
been so many years that the show
Right.
has been on. Now this is just the way it is, and there's so many shows available to people to watch. I mean, every time I turn on Netflix, there's a new show on, and it's always got
Absolutely. You
like
can't
big name celebrities in it.
I think you can't keep up.
I can't keep up.
I'm like, what do we replace that with now? I don't know any other show.
I get into like a show, I watch for a season, maybe like half of a season, and I'm like, all right, I'm like ADD, and what's this that people are talking about? What's this that people are talking about?
Yeah.
I feel like we are a society of the masses. We are not happy unless we have too much to choose from, too much on our plate, and I hate to say it, but like I feel like it's overkill. Like I just feel like it's too much. Like I actually miss the days of having like Sex and the City HBO where you had
I never
Sex
was
and
into
the
that
City
either.
and the Sopranos and like the
But-
Game of Thrones.
But let me tell you something. I've never watched that from the beginning either. I don't even remember it, but I do remember when we had to start catching up because we binged. I think it was for a couple of days. Was like just to catch up on everything.
I can't. You ever sit there for hours and hours and watch something and you're just like, all right, like I need to take my eyes off the TV before.
But you know what? When something
before I
is
turn
interesting,
into it.
When something is interesting, it's like it kept us. But it was a wonderful cast. It was awesome watching it, and we'll just wait for something else then.
But you know what? It's good that these people now have a chance to kind of venture out and do different things with their career. I mean, if you guys have specific characters in a show or in a movie that you're a fan of, now you get to kind of see them in a different way and see them as different characters. Yeah. But sometimes it's hard,
But now you can't,
too.
right? You
sometimes
can't see them
it's
like
hard.
the other, she's promoting. Well, one of the characters is promoting a new movie. It's like I can't see you in there. You were in the Game of Thrones, but
That's
you know
it.
what?
So, well,
Speaking of Thrones, what is
A-Rod.
up with that picture that's roaming around the internet about A-Rod
Taking a poop?
In the
A-Rod
in
doing
the
a
throne.
dookie.
Oh,
they got
my
A-Rod.
God.
Somebody creeped up into the window of their penthouse and took a picture of him on the toilet.
You
Now,
know, I
at
just
first
don't
when I heard
understand
the
this.
story, I thought it was like they said, oh, like somebody
A party or something,
Yeah, like
people,
who took a picture of, who would do that if you're in a penthouse? But supposedly it was somebody that got, there are other buildings
Yes.
around the penthouse.
But who
in
would
the
ever
city.
think? They actually show the, how the buildings are situated, and I think they are like on the 35th floor. So
People are
above
so
the,
rude.
and so there's like two buildings. I mean,
It doesn't matter. You really were trying. Like you were
yeah,
waiting for that
was because
opportunity.
you can't. First of
Because
all,
how do you
an
know it's him?
iPhone is not gonna go from that distance. That's number one. Even a regular video, like you were prepared for this. This was intentional. This wasn't random. This
Yeah,
wasn't
they
like
knew
you were
at the
just,
moment.
You weren't just looking out the window. It's like, oh, I think that's A-Rod. Let me it doesn't or the timing. No, this was somebody who was actually stalking. They were prepared with the professional, big ass, white ass look. So
Horrible. It's
you know
such,
what?
It's such a shame that these days there's so much invasion of privacy, and in a way cameras are good, video's good to have for certain reasons, but in another way, like instances like this or people that are being exploited, their bodies or their sexuality, just anything like that. It's very sad that people can't just be who they are and live their lives.
It's just sick. Why?
Especially celebrities, literally everything they do is in the eye of the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure he's a dude. I hate to say it, but he's probably more mad at the fact that, like, he is who he is, and he kind of has this stature about him, like, oh, like, I'm A-Rod, I'm a big deal, and if someone's going to take a picture of that like me, like, they need to pay me for it. But he's a guy. Guys always, like, joke around, like, oh, I'm going to go take a shit.
It's just the point of having, it is an invasion of privacy, whether, it doesn't matter who you are, because, it's just imagine you sitting on the toilet and somebody,
Oh, I
peeked through
have
the
a picture
window.
of me when I was little. My parents, when I was like 3 years old.
When you were little, what is that?
Yeah, but I was really upset in the picture. You could see me crying hysterically trying to close the door.
Well, and that's then. Just imagine now, you as a grown up.
Well, now they wonder why I'm so shy.
So blame it on your parents now, right?
I do. I blame it on them.
But
moving on, we have another story that we wanted to bring up, which is the student loans for the graduating class of Morehouse. They got paid off by billionaire Robert F. Smith, which
that is amazing.
is such a nice thing to hear, such a good story. You always want to hear about things like this in the news and in good things, good deeds going on in the world.
Yeah, and not only that, but I believe, it was a surprise because none of the students knew. He went in there as a speaker and he surprised them. It was almost 400 students who were graduating. And they were all in disbelief and looking at each other like, did he just say this? And I don't remember his name, but in that class, I believe that school was in Atlanta somewhere. One of the students there that actually received this gift is from Long Island.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I didn't grasp his name, but
well, shout out to you. Got lucky because
yes,
we all know.
absolutely.
I don't know personally, but I know a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine that even years after they graduated are still paying off loans.
Absolutely.
And
well, that's exactly what he said. He said he wanted to give them so they can start and living their dream instead of having to feel they have to pay back their student loans and. Which is probably like, you would think, like, let's say, he's a doctor. Oh, he's a doctor. He must make a lot of money. Do you know how many years into, before he actually starts making that money because he has to pay that back, So yeah, let's give him a big hand. Shout out to that. And I hope
commend
more millionaires and billionaires can come forward. And if any millionaire or billionaire feels the need that they need to help, remember, I'm here. You can help me. I have a lot of debt too, a lot of credit cards, a lot of, shopping that.
A lot of shopping that I still have yet to do.
I have an addiction, so
I need to go away. I need to travel a lot.
So
need a credit card. Maybe you could pay off like Sky Miles for me.
Yes,
that would be great.
Anything will help. Okay?
I'll take anything I can get.
Here at Could Be You TV, we'll give you a big shout out too.
Big shout out.
Yes.
So moving on to shout out and big names. Whitney Houston. Now she's been gone for how long? She's been, I think, 2008. She passed away. So Whitney Houston, recently their estate had mentioned that they wanted to start a hologram tour of Whitney Houston, which I know that they did this with Tupac. They had a hologram of Tupac out on stage performing, and they want to have like a tour. Now, this confuses me because people that are like, oh, I've always wanted to see her in concert, maybe they would go to this. But for me, I mean, if it's not the real person performing, I'm not going to spend, and God knows how much they want to charge for a ticket for something like this.
A hologram of something
that she's done before, like different videos maybe. I don't know how it works. Maybe we should have brushed up a little bit. But if you know how this works, if you've ever seen in concert or in person like a hologram of an artist performing, please let us know because I don't get it. Like, I don't understand how this is going to generate business or money.
I don't know. They're just going to try to do anything to make money and to get more viewers and to make themselves. But I don't find that.
From what I understand, and I'll read it, since 2012, Whitney Houston had passed away. Her estate has been pitched every kind of entertainment deal, from jukebox musicals to traveling museum. The executor has turned them all down, but now the estate's actually open for business. It lined up an extensive list of potential projects, including a touring hologram, a possible Broadway musical, which they do have now for a lot of people. Cher has one. They had one for Janis Joplin, and they've been doing a lot of Broadway shows based on artists. So I could see, that I could understand. Maybe like how her life became what it was and how she got into the music industry, how she kind of...
Well, that is because that would be inspiring too, and that's just telling the story, and but a hologram sounds creepy. Yeah,
it sounds creepy, and also they have a lot of unreleased tracks. They're trying to get potential of the dormant mega celebrity brand, which I think like once they're gone, just let them rest, man. Just let them rest in peace and let their legacy live on through their music. That's how I feel. I mean, why try to bring them on? I hate to say it, there's so many talented people out there. We don't need to have a hologram tour of an artist that unfortunately led to her own destruction and what happened to her is so sad. We don't want to like have to bring her back to life in a way. Like let's let her rest in peace, be what it was, and move on and like indulge in new music, new talent, new artists that are out there trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
To me, that's just a waste. I don't understand it at all, but that's just me.
Well, and that was a segment of Spill the Tea.
Spill the tea.
But yeah, absolutely. And I think we're going to go to a quick commercial. And when we come back, we're going to do a little recap of my vacay. My little mini vacay. Yeah.
So,
this tan,
yes.
which by the way, wasn't even an hour's worth of staying out on the sun. That is how intense. So for those of you that don't know, I had gone to Puerto Rico, the motherland.
Puerto Rico, whoa.
I went to visit my mom for Mother's Day. And so happy to see her. Whoa. Which I should make a note that I'm going to be going a little bit more often because I believe that I can find tickets that are cheap enough that I can see her.
Yeah, you should.
Once, But I decided I went with hubby, and I had to split the vacation. Usually when I go out there, I stay there like for about a week or so with her, But hubby needed a little vacay away before the summer hits because he's going to be very busy. And shout out to hubby.
Shout out to Richie.
And but I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something different from the beginning. I said, everyone that goes to Puerto Rico always, do the whole touristic thing of, they're staying in San Juan. They think that going to Puerto Rico is you go to San Juan. And I mean, San Juan is beautiful and there's a lot to see, a lot of historical, places to see. But if you really travel like to the other side of the island, which by the way, from one side of the island to the other, it's approximately 3 hours and a half. That is it.
That's not bad.
It is not. You're talking about an island from what, so to really see something different. And so I always wanted to explore the other side and not stay in a hotel and, a generic, tall hotel with elevators and the restaurants and,
lavish.
The pool. And we've been there, done that all the time, and I just want to do a bit of a different experience. So anyway, we're going to talk about this more, but let's show the video and then we'll go into details and I'll explain everything afterwards. So enjoy.
Here she comes.
you think?
So beautiful. I've never been to Puerto Rico, but I've seen a lot of, other people's trips and pictures, but that kind of like knowing you kind of gave me like a little insight to like another part of you and your family and where you're from, like where your family's from.
Well,
And
because
it's beautiful.
a lot of stuff that I post on my social media and all that, I don't do too much family. Not that I don't want to, I just try to keep it more private.
Right.
Instead of constantly so special little occasions like this, I definitely want to put a little this clip together to highlight the special places and the things that I did. And of course the biggest highlight was to see my mom. Also she just because of all the hurricane and let's just make a note of that even though it was there and it's still beautiful and all that, Puerto Rico is still trying to recover from the Hurricane Maria. Things are not 100%. There's a lot. It might look like we're recovered, and it looks like, but there's still a lot of work to be done. There's still a lot of funding. There's still a ways to go. But we're trying to do everything to bring in the tourism. To try and bring in some still support. Still come into Puerto Rico. Support the economy. We need it. And with that being said, as you see in the, I was mountain climbing.
Oh, that looks great. And the waterfall and swimming in the the fresh water.
Well, the funny thing about that is that I wasn't exactly prepared 100% to go mountain climbing to waterfalls. I just wanted to take a walk, but I was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm gonna do it, and I went and I saw, because I'm not a thrill seeker per se. But I'm an adventurer.
Right.
I don't, no, I'm not going skydiving. No, I'm not going to go swim the sharks.
Yeah, you don't get you don't want an adrenaline
I don't
rush.
need that.
You just
I don't
like to
that.
see.
First of all, I'm afraid of heights, and I have severe motion sickness. So no. But when it comes to, like the hiking and the nature and stuff like that, I'm into it. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. Me too.
So I have to give a big shout out to my brother, Gabby. Gabby, what's up? I love you. Thank you so much. He was the one that had doing all the video clips and following me with the GoPro, capturing all the everything that I did. So shout out to him. He's the one that you saw in the water.
I love seeing Richie swim around like a little fish too. It was
yeah.
like he looked like he was really enjoying himself.
Well, yeah, he did not want to participate in mountain climbing. He was like, I am not taking a chance of breaking my ankle or something.
It's dangerous.
So it was dangerous, you know what? But at the same time, it was like a feeling of accomplishment. Like,
right.
He
was like, I'll be accomplished right here on the ground.
I did it. I climbed it. I was like, I think I can survive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Naked and Afraid, but
Naked and Afraid. Maybe not for everybody to see.
Yeah, but as you see, so once we got up there, there were actually this woman comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, your bathing suit is amazing," because I just finished buying actually that bathing suit, which is the Puerto Rican flag. And they were actually filming and taking pictures and videos for our tourism company that they had sent people, and they saw me there. They're like, "Oh, can we take some pictures and videos of you?" I was like, "Oh, sure,
Like,
right up my alley. Why
yeah,
not,
what are the odds? What are the odds that they'd find Linda right there at that moment
Here I am.
in the Puerto Rican bathing suit,
I
in the bikini with the Puerto Rican flag?
Coming for the mountains, I'm feeling great, and I was like, "Hi, would you like to be?" And I'm like,
Yes.
Was this a setup?
Yes, I would.
But it was great, and I did, and that's why you see some of the, action shots of, So I'm hoping that to get those pictures, because those are the real professional pictures, and the house. So yeah, so the house it's my mom's. She moved into this new place. So as you see, so her home is so beautiful and all that. So we're brainstorming. My mother loves businesses. My mother's always been into businesses. My mother. It's a foster parent, she takes care, and she also does, take care of the elderly, take care of veterans. But specifically that place that you saw where the bedroom that was our suite, which was beautiful. But she's also, we're thinking about doing like a bed and breakfast.
That would be a great idea.
Yes,
especially
absolutely.
these days, a lot of people that want to travel to Puerto Rico or with the devastation that happened there, it'd be good to start something like new, something fresh that people could go.
But a lot of people don't think that, a lot of people don't like to go away and have to be in the hustle and bustle of, the city, the hotel, the people. There are a lot of nature people that want to keep it nature, and want to go into kind of deeper into the mountains, serene, So we're trying to, accommodate and trying to come up with more. you know, I didn't take pictures of it, but she has like chickens, natural, you know, the eggs are there, you know, she plants fruits, vegetables. Oh my God, there's like vegetable trees, you know.
So different
So
than like
you can and cook,
getting a hotel
you can, right, you
room
can
and
go
checking
cook
in
from
and-
your own garden, whatever it is in the garden, you can cook on your own. You know, you go to nature.
Love it.
So that was something that I was like, oh my God, I can't wait, you know, till we, you know, go into further into that. And I was so happy also I got to spend some time with my brother, my older brother. Shout out to him and his family, and my nephew and my sister-in-law. That was by the beach. So overall, you know, had a very interesting and beautiful and
looks like it.
exciting.
It's nice
heartwarming
to get away.
weekend.
It's nice to get away and do what you got to do with the people you love and visiting people. And I think that's one of the most important things in life, you know, just to take in nature, take in your family, enjoy, you know, peace and be with nature. Because, like, I mean, we're from a very busy area. We're from a very busy place and we're always on the go. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
I've nonstop for a
Absolutely,
long
and that's
time.
Why I said. And so, as you saw, also on the beach, the beach road, it was those are little cabanas on the beach. And as you saw with the video, you come out of the doors, you open, go on the sand, and the beach is right there. Like,
Love it.
it was like
I wouldn't have asked for
amazing.
anything
Exactly.
better.
I've never experienced that before, and I just didn't want. I was adamant about not being in a hotel, and I wanted to. That was the experience, and it couldn't be. I can't wait like to go back. And that was in the in Isabela, which has one of the most beautiful beaches out there. So I was very excited about that. I was happy about my trip. I just was short, but we're gonna do another one, and that'll be
Yes.
great.
Maybe I could come. I would love to come next time.
Yeah,
Puerto
well,
Rico,
maybe,
whoa.
Paris is like in the works here.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will be going to Paris in August. So,
There you go. See?
bonjour.
Oh.
Comment ça va?
Oui,
Comment ça va? Merci
oui. Oui,
beaucoup.
oui. I just also want to give a really quick shout out from the bottom of my heart, from our hearts. We want to give a shout out to my new friend Marky. Marky wasn't feeling too well last night, and we want to show him that we are thinking of him. And his mom, Melissa. Oh my God, I gotta tell you that story because, but we don't have enough time because we're always yapping and having so much fun. But they're my new friends. And we're gonna be having them maybe sometime in a couple of weeks. We're gonna be doing a Skype interview on them. We want to bring awareness out here, a very serious, rare condition called EB that Marky has, and we're friends. And I just wanted to give him a big shout out, and kisses and hugs, and I hope you feel better.
Yes,
and I
hope you
to
feel
talk
better.
To you soon. Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
So, we're going to get into the last part of our show. We're going to
There you
be
go.
keeping it real. We're going to keep it real, Could Be You
Let's
TV,
keep
which,
it real.
we always like to take feedback from the audience and fans and, questions. We love to talk about real life stuff. So, we're going to, we're not experts on anything, but we definitely have a lot to say and a lot of
I
opinion.
have a lot to say. I'm not an expert. It's like you say. It's like jack of all trades, but master of none. It's like
Exactly. We all know. We all
you know a little bit of everything, but I'm not no expert or nothing because. But
So we have this question from, what's her, Jessica. Jessica wanted to know what is our favorite thing about going to the restaurant and our least favorite thing. Like when you go out to a restaurant, what's one of your biggest peeves or, things that really make you feel like annoyed to have gone to that one restaurant or the place that you went to? Linda, you want to take it away with this one? I have a ton.
okay, so you start with yours because I'm going to start thinking. When was the last time?
So,
and what is it?
Being that I've worked in the service industry and I'm very particular about customer service, I'm not very picky. I'm not going to say I'm not picky with food because, if something really tastes horrible or you're supposed to have something hot and it's cold, obviously I'm going to be like, excuse me. I'm always very, very courteous to whoever's helping me. I'm never rude. Not ever be rude to your server or bartender but servers. I'm specifically right now going to talk about the servers because They, little do you know, deal with so much in the background. They are maybe helping out 5 or 6 tables at a time. Maybe they got double, triple sat. Maybe they have like a complication in an order, and it's hard to ring in sometimes. People are very picky about what they want. I want this, I want extra this, I want no this, and can you switch this out for this? Those are buttons you have to press. Those are descriptions you have to enter in. And if every single person does that, it takes about 10 minutes to put that one order in. So be nice to your servers. I can't stand when I see people be rude to their servers. And another thing is, though, if you're going to be a server, you have to be on top of your customers. You can't leave them hanging without a drink for 10 minutes. You know, as long as people have a drink, I feel like, you know, the food part will come. Make sure they got bread, make sure they got a drink, and make sure, you know, that they know that you see them. Just touch the table.
It's so funny that you say that because I'm not a complainer at all. Like, I just said that, you know, but sometimes if either something is wrong or it's whatever it is, I do want to address it, right? But I'm not allowed to, apparently.
What, because you think they're going to spit in your food?
No,
people don't do that anymore. Nobody does that. We don't do. I've never done that.
My daughter or my hubby or something. It's like, no, just leave it. Don't say nothing. Or if they have a problem, it's like, just tell them. No, just leave it. But
no, you're paying. You should say something.
Like, well, I'm not gonna be like in their face, but I mean, I want to say something so they know for next time, or maybe they're. And I'm just not allowed to, as if I'm gonna be mean or nasty.
Not that you're not allowed to, but some people have a way of saying things that doesn't come out right.
But I'm a sweetheart.
Yeah, so say what you want to say if you got to say it. I just hate being waiting.
No, I am a sweetheart, okay? Yes, I am.
I just hate when I see people being nasty to servers. Everybody goes through their stuff. It's a very tough job. And you know what? People don't understand. If you've never worked in the industry before, you have a lot of times where you work your butt off and people don't tip. They just are not good tippers. And that's pretty much where you're making most of your money from as a server. So even sometimes when I have a server that may not have come to the table right away or checked to see if my food was good after I took a bite, like, I still always tip them accordingly. The only time I've ever not tipped somebody accordingly was literally if they like left me hanging the whole entire time I was there, right, and everybody else came up and helped me. Right. But as a server, I know when I'm busy, I've made a point to ask a manager, like, could you do me a favor and drop this off there? You know, you want to utilize the people around you also. It's okay to ask for help. I just hate going out to eat and, like, I sit there waiting for somebody to acknowledge me. Because it's like, you know, at least, like, let me get a drink. Because, like, if I'm out, you go out to be social. You go out to have a good time. And, you know, I don't have to shove food in my face the minute I sit down. But, like, you know, at least make sure that I have a drink, that I'm not thirsty, and or menus. Make sure we have menus.
So now you want to bring that up. So I'll quickly say, when you go into a restaurant and it's not full, it's half, you know, and it's too, like, why they got to sit you in between other people, and, like, why can't you give me that booth right there?
Oh, when they give you the two-top next to the two-top.
Amongst, like, why?
God forbid they get a four-top walk in.
So we have to ask, can we sit over there, please? Especially, and listen, oh my God, I don't want to offend them, but I get it. I have small children, and you have babies, and, you know, they cry and they scream and all that. I want to eat, you know, and I don't, if you're going to sit me next to a crying baby, I want my, but not that.
You're going to ask, like, oh, would you mind moving?
And I only say that too because on the way here on the plane, talk about what luck is to actually have that baby sitting right behind you, which all they did was cry and scream throughout the whole flight.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Now, not to say, I don't want to, you know, because I don't know what the parents are. I mean, I know what I would have done, you know. But it's, you know, it can get a little bit irritating, you know.
Yeah, especially for everybody else.
Especially if you're going out and, you know, and you can, you know what you do? You need to step out with the child, go in the bathroom, try to calm, you know, I don't know. It's just irritating when you want to have a nice dinner and, you know, sometimes, you know. So that's probably my...
I had a guy, and I don't want to, listen, I'll point out anybody, I don't care, I'm not going to say names. But the last time I remember, I bartend, and I was bartending, and somebody was eating at the bar, and they ordered a steak, and they literally got irritated and gave the other bartender and me like a whole scolding on how we didn't put salt and pepper on the table with the steak. Or how could you give somebody a steak and no salt and pepper? We were like, all right, first off, like, all you have to do is ask. You know, like we're bartenders. Nobody really orders a steak at the bar, you know, at the restaurant that I work at. So I mean, you know, but he really was like irritated about it.
This is the bar. See that table over there?
It was like, oh, and cheese with pasta. And I'm like, I always cheese the pasta. So don't even go there, buddy. Maybe I forgot to give you salt with your steak, and then you complained about the steaks not being salty enough. And we're like, you know, sodium's really bad for you, right? So you know what? There's little things. If you're a certain way, you like things to be a certain way when you go out to eat. That's fine. But it's just the way that you know, ask for it, or the way that you want to get something that you want. Like, just do it nicely. Or, you know, sometimes if I see somebody's busy but I really need something at that moment, I'll try to stop it. Excuse me, when you see my server, you know, would you mind? And usually that person will bring it to you anyway. Right. So, you know, just be nice. As long as you're nice and you're courteous.
I'm nice. The only time that I'm not going to be nice or not tip if the server has an attitude. Or you're coming, like, you're my server and you're going to give me attitude.
I rang that in right.
That, or just like, what do you
What did I ask you?
No, this is, what do you want? Like, they're looking at you like, oh, what are you going to order? What do you want? I'm like,
are you ready to order?
Yeah, like, and they're looking at you like you have 3 heads.
Like, you're like, oh, can I get a straw? And they walk with like,
like,
anytime you do it. Oh, you better not.
Or just like not friendly. If you're in the business, the hospitality business, the first thing you need to do is do like I do. Even if you don't feel good, you still come in and you put on a smile.
Yes, you put on a smile.
Yes, and you try to fake it because that's what you have to do.
Yes.
So.
But try not to be fake, because we can point that out in a heartbeat. We know when you're being fake.
Be fake.
Hi, I'm going to be your server. Just to let you know the specials tonight are...
listen, not for nothing, but you got to give it to them, because a lot of those, I'm like... I was like, how do you memorize
Oh, they make you, or you're fired.
Right, that's like crazy.
You better learn the specials tonight, or you're fired. You better know all the ingredients in this dish, or you're fired.
No.
That's it. You're fired.
Yeah,
so that, thank you, Jessica, for asking us, because obviously we all have our opinions on things, and, you know, maybe you guys out there have some other opinions or questions you want to ask, so make sure you write to us, to Could Be You TV, to Linda, to me, to Loretta. You know where to find us. We are actually getting to the end of the show. It goes by fast. So, you know, we love to hear from you guys. We want to know all your feedback. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, if you have a business or you want to sponsor the show, make sure you get in touch with us, or Strong Island TV, you know, Could Be You TV.
Or you can just email at couldbeyoutv@linzalin.com, which is probably the easiest.
The easiest.
And it's so easy to remember that, so there's no excuse.
Yes, but you know where to find us on social media, which, you know, we all know people like to just real quick. But any way you could get in touch with us, just try to. And you know where to find us every Tuesday night. We're here at 9 p.m. on Strong Island TV, Paradise Studios. Linda, would you like to say anything to your lovely audience before we leave?
Yes, like always. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know, it's your girl, Linda Lynn.
And your girl, Miss Chrissy. And we miss you, Loretta. We hope that we see you again next week or the week after. We know you're busy, but we love you. And we are Could Be You TV.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.